Hello everyone, this is Kelly Beard of KarmicTools.com, and this is your weekly forecast for January 18th to the 24th of 2026. So I want to remind you again, for those who want to join us for the Sacred Crafts Night on February 11th, to get your registration in because there is a starter kit that I need to be able to pop in the mail to you. So the sooner you register, the sooner that goes in the mail. And we are going to have such a wonderful night. And a reminder that the February 1st fire ceremony will set up the energetic support for what will pour into our creative crafting on February 11th. So join us on both occasions if you can, because they are linked this year anyway. So our week kicks off on Sunday the 18th with Mercury conjunct Mars. So remember, the last 2 weeks I've been talking about how Sun and Venus and Mars were all hooked up and Mercury was coming behind them. This is powerful because it's also on the backside of the most recent retrograde. And so, of course, it's a response to the last thing in preparation for the next thing. Here, we are starting a completely new cycle of ideas, thoughts, and concepts. Before diving into this energy, I want to share 2 important points. First, when Mercury is at play, the energy moves swiftly. So it only lasts for like a day or 2. Second, Mars, a lesser form of power compared to Pluto's higher version, reminds us that along with power, we bear responsibility. Now, with that in mind, the positive essence of this energy allows you to steer your mind with passion, yielding tangible outcomes. This sharpens your intellectual prowess and mental capacity, for better or for worse. You may find clarity in articulating certain thoughts, and you may experience quick, effective responses. When integrity is upheld, it becomes an opportune moment to fuel significant creative expression. However, this energy's negative manifestation might steer you toward pettiness and needless conflict, engaging in ego-driven dramas, squandering precious time and energy. We don't want to do that. That's the shadow. Furthermore, if this negativity does not originate from within, it is just as possible to encounter it from external sources. It is an optimal period to infuse your thoughts, ideas, and words with the passionate energy of Mars and use Mercury's communicative power to foster creativity and facilitate shifts in consciousness. Their convergence brings about an energy exchange, igniting each other and initiating a new 2-year cycle. Deep breath. This is while they're all in Capricorn, right on the same day as the Capricorn new moon. So this is lending weight to our new moon intentions. And this is the new moon that sets the tone for the entire year. So this is all important and juicy energy around our manifestation for the new year. So at the same time it links up with Mars, it's going to sextile Saturn. This energetic phase offers a valuable opportunity to objectively observe what requires alteration, repair, or grounding within your own life or environment. Sometimes this energy can lead to feelings of despondency or apathy, but a more empowering approach involves squarely facing what needs attention and persevering with the tasks that you have already initiated. You might sense a pull to organize your home or workplace, or feel drawn to participate in a class or workshop, aligning with your current aspirations. That is totally supported. Maintain focus without becoming overly serious. Remember, balance is the key in all endeavors. Focusing solely on scarcity and restrictions can lead to feelings of being overwhelmed and sometimes a sense of powerlessness, which isn't the essence of this energy. Instead, it is an invitation to discard any overly optimistic perspectives, engage in thoughtful contemplation, tend to the finer details, take a personal inventory, evaluate the worth of your ideas, and make adjustments accordingly. Embrace this time as an opportunity for clear-sightedness, acknowledging what requires attention and taking intentional steps toward improvement. It is about cultivating a balanced approach that considers both the challenges and the potentials for growth. Deep breath. Saturn just gets us thinking serious, manifesting our ideas. So again, there's a lot of focus on manifesting at this time. So same day, our Capricorn new moon. This new moon is inviting us to plant seeds of the future, to set new intentions and clarify our aspirations as we step into the new year. The cardinal energy of Cancer, Capricorn, and Aries, Libra illuminates the foundational aspects of home and work and self and other, guiding our choices and decisions in these domains of life. The messages conveyed are subtle yet resolute, signaling the closure of the old to make space for activating the fertility of the new. The Capricorn new moon presents an opportunity to establish fresh structures and new foundations, supporting our growth and evolution in the coming year. It is time to discern responsibilities and clear space to deepen dedication to what truly matters while embracing the new choices and creative forces destined to unfold this new year. Deep breath. This period signifies a renewal of elements that provide support and protection in our daily lives. Recognize that with a new beginning in your Capricorn sphere, a natural integration will beckon from the Cancer realm. This initiation integration energy prompts adaptation, adjustment, and growth in your Aries Libra domains, nudging the individual to evolve due to new energies activated both at home and work or in private and public spheres. The Capricorn lesson revolves around inner authority and personal roles and responsibilities. Reflect on your identity in personal and professional realms. This moment offers an opportunity to define what sacred, heart-centered work truly means to you, releasing anything hindering your unique contribution to society. Shed weaknesses and fears, lighten up, and liberate yourself from the past. It is time to embrace the essence of who you are and what your true purpose is in this life. Align with your own truth and purpose, renew your commitment, and prepare to experience recognition and rewards commensurate with your dedication. Your path forward begins anew, allowing you to realize your fullest potential in the present and future. Deep breath. All of that was Sunday. Now we move to Monday the 19th, also a busy energy day, starting with Mercury trining Uranus. This activation grants you access to your higher mind, ushering in new and profound insights to guide you. The usual approaches won't suffice. It is time to embrace the unconventional, adopt different perspectives, and witness a cascade of illuminating realizations. Your intuition will be exceptionally sharp, providing unparalleled clarity. While your thoughts might lack restraint, your ability to tackle recent or persistent challenges will soar. This intense mental energy may seem overwhelming. Capturing your ideas and intuitions in notes can ground them for later use. Remain attentive to messages from others, as the universe often delivers wisdom through unexpected channels. This signals a stirring of awareness to insights that were previously beyond your conscious grasp, now emerging for your own personal growth. Deep breath. So that's the thing. Uranus triggers the aha moment or the awakening, or illuminates an idea that was right there, but maybe we just couldn't see it. Still on Monday, Sun will sextile Neptune. This energy prompts a momentary dissolution of the ego, allowing your authentic soul self to radiate. It directs attention toward your spiritual center, urging an assessment of its supportiveness. If you have drifted from your spiritual practice, this energy facilitates a smoother reconnection with your own spirit, intuition, and your overall life's purpose. It invites you to recognize where your contributions hold significant value by considering the needs of others beyond yourself. Discovering a need and addressing it in your own distinct and delightful way becomes more natural under this influence, fostering a more generous and compassionate disposition. Your physical energy may be low as a result of Neptune channeling the Sun's source energy inwardly to recharge your spirit. Otherwise, it could be projections of all kinds, yours and other people's as well. Best to spend some intentional solitude, preferably in nature, if, when, and where possible. Deep breath. Same day, Monday the 19th, Venus conjunct Pluto. Now, this is a big one, because this brings that ultimate transformation. And Pluto is in Aquarius for the next 20 years, so anything that hits it is important. And this marks an initiation, fostering the energy for a fresh new start in your personal life. A shift has occurred in some aspect of your values, and a natural conclusion to some old priorities, signaling the need to move in an entirely new direction. It feels like a move to your own personal next level, in love, finances, or relationships, and this evolution is empowered by the intensity that Pluto brings to the mix. For better or worse, this activation provides a rare access to profound connections on a soul level. It serves as the ultimate support for the transformative power of love in all aspects of life. As your values and priorities evolve, relationships must undergo a similar adjustment, recognizing that when you change, those around you have to either change or go away naturally. Be cautious of value differences that may lead to unproductive power struggles, often distractions from the actual opportunities to release unnecessary baggage and transition into the new with greater ease and grace, which is what we're looking for. Strive to create win-win and mutually beneficial circumstances, allowing relationships to evolve rather than devolve or revolve back into negative patterns within this new cycle. Okay, a conjunction is always a new cycle, a new beginning. And Venus is in Aquarius about, like I said, every 10 months to a year. So about annually, it's going to hit Pluto for the next 20 years and help us clean up our Aquarius department. So that's pretty juicy in and of itself. Then on Tuesday the 20th, we have one of the big ones, Saturn sextiling Uranus. This is a social to a collective planet. We're going to have a couple of those going forward in the near future. But this is 3 of 3. So this is Saturn in Pisces going back and forth to Aries, and Uranus in Taurus going back and forth to Gemini. So 2 of the 3 hits, 4-4 and this one on 120, are Taurus and Pisces. The 8-11 was the little quick introduction to the Aries Gemini energy that they're going to be in for the next 2 years, right? But that starts in the spring. Saturn sextiling Uranus is a rare opportunity, it only happens every 32 years, to stabilize the unrelenting changes that have been going on socially and collectively and integrate them on a personal level now. With these two creating an opportunity for measurable progress, you are so supported to fortify what works and experiment with new ways of functioning. This will allow you to create a foundation or structure that can support the radical changes you are dreaming about, so that you can activate their full potential. Saturn is leading the way, so you have to be organized, methodical, and patient to yield the tangible and lasting rewards that are possible at this time. By the same token, these changes take a bit of time to stabilize and prove their viability. So create a strategy or some steps that can help maintain any momentum and guide the ongoing progress. There is also a learning curve, so give yourself some grace as you get used to the radically new way that your shared reality is unfolding at this time. And don't panic, prepare. Whatever does fall into place and stays strong through the current evolution is likely to be with you for 7 years to come, so engage your elders or that inner wise one, part of yourself, to guide your choices and commitments at this time. This is Saturn to Uranus, traditional to progressive, stable to changing, they're connected. We need both. Working with others and cultivating community is what is going to be most productive for you at this time. It is important to bring folks together who have the skills that you do not possess, and it makes you all the stronger for the collaboration and the community stronger for the cross-pollination. Whatever you have been through over the last 7 years is now complete and has built into your foundation a certain measure of support that you can rely on going forward. You're going to need this when the tests pop up over the next 7 years. Moving, changing career, getting married, or divorced are all big changes that can happen under this influence. But instead of mourning a loss, this energy asks you to get excited about a whole new purpose. Take a good look. You are not living the same reality as 7 years ago. And some of us can go all the way back to 32 years ago. So either way, it's a new day. Because of this interaction with Uranus, it is also advised that you choose change and accommodate change and honor change so that it does not have to be imposed upon you. The shadow of this energy is resistance, denial, apathy, and being too slow to change. Integrate whatever critical changes are being presented as they are customized for you and the areas of life ruled by, in this case, Pisces and Taurus. Earth and water work well together, and Saturn is finishing up 2.5 years in Pisces, and Uranus is finishing up 7 years in Taurus, and both are preparing to move on, but remain in this same opportune angle, but with the air and fire elements. It's going to be great. Deep breath. Same day on the 20th, Mars will trine Uranus and sextile Saturn. Mars trine Uranus, the powerful fusion of these two entities, carries immense potential. Yet it requires conscious integration and personal expression to unlock its optimal outcomes. Otherwise, you might overlook a chance for a significant personal breakthrough. Mars fuels you with courage while Uranus sparks new possibilities. It's an easy, smooth energy that helps you to align your actions and choices with your inherent brilliance in a fresh manner. You may even uncover a dormant talent or gift that is beginning to stir to life. This energy encourages you to venture into unexplored territories that might have felt intimidating before. Additionally, this evolution to the next phase does not demand the annihilation of other aspects of your life. Instead, you are encouraged to use your own intuitive sense of change and follow your own instincts. External opinions become inconsequential as the impetus for change originates from within. Seize this time to experiment, try new things, or approach familiar tasks in new and different ways, and you may discover unforeseen possibilities as you look out onto the new horizon. Deep breath. Woo, the energies are powerful this week. As it sextiles Saturn, this energy offers a significant boost to your drive to establish stability on your own terms. You will find yourself more motivated to put in the necessary work and dedication, starting with meticulous planning, followed by methodical execution. It is about both planning and action, and this combination can yield tangible results over time. The outcomes of your efforts or investments will directly reflect the energy that you have dedicated to stabilizing your life recently. Rather than suppressing this energy, it is crucial to direct it consciously. Excessive restriction and limitations may lead to explosive outcomes down the line, whereas patience and channeling this energy into cultivating a solid foundation will help you attain results and manifest your desires, which obviously is what we would prefer. Sextile is an opportunity for your Mars energy and action and choices to stabilize with Saturn or produce results or something. We love this combo, and a good angle too. It's not a challenging angle, it's an opportunity angle. And then Mercury is in an opportunity angle to Neptune. Same day, we're still on Tuesday the 20th. This energy serves as a wonderful catalyst for imagination, consciousness, and intuition. Yet maintaining a discerning filter to differentiate between your own perceptions and external influences is crucial for your success. Your mental frequency might tune into an unfamiliar channel this week, prompting reliance on alternate senses like feelings, sensory perceptions, or intuitive insights. Your heightened awareness may enable you to pick up on others' thoughts and emotions, providing surprising insights into their current consciousness, which can also reveal aspects of your own consciousness that you were previously unaware of. Generally, everyone's a reflection of you, so if you're feeling and seeing different things, you need to look within to see why they're manifesting at this time, especially. Engaging in meticulous, detail-oriented work might be challenging, so allow your creativity to flow unrestricted, without censoring the ideas emerging from within you. Exploration, creativity, and a liberated flow of ideas, thoughts, and concepts characterize this energy. Order and organization can follow suit at a later time. So check it out. Isn't that interesting? I mean, it's Saturn and Neptune, so we actually have access to both. And after all that, Mercury's at the last degrees of Capricorn, Neptune's at the last degrees of Pisces. Mercury will slip into Aquarius on the 20th and will be there until February 6th. So this is the time of year when we review all that we've accomplished with an eye toward what we can build on in the new year. We get a little more serious and focused on our goals and how we will accomplish them. We look at our exchanges to see which ones are solid and which ones are not, and we start to look at new commitments going forward. Mercury has just wrapped up its extended stay in Scorpio Sag, rewiring your communication with the soul and encouraging a rewrite of your personal story. And then it moved through Capricorn to anchor and renew individual purpose. Now that it is moving on into Aquarius, its first stop is with the Sun, starting a new 3-month cycle of consciousness and ideas, along with Pluto, who brings transformation and permanent change on multiple levels. This is an opportunity to release any attachments to the old story of the old you with old values and a different purpose. 2026 is new territory, and we have all been stripped pretty raw in recent years, so whatever parts of you, your ideas, thoughts, and concepts that are still solid, those are the unique aspects of you which need to shine now. Those are the new, unique aspects of you which need to shine now. Channel your unique perspective through diverse mediums. Be open to new language, revolutionary concepts, and radically different ideas that are likely to upset the status quo, but they will also usher in creative solutions. So use this time in Aquarius to clarify where you have held on to an old purpose or persona over long, assess how rigid your own thinking can be periodically, and under what circumstances it hurts more than it helps. Use Mercury and Aquarius energy to help break out of any kind of mental blockage or personal rut and start by thinking differently than usual. This is the time to ask your guides for the most creative solutions, radical ideas, and unique genius to be awakened and channeled through you in a healthy, productive way that expands your individual world and makes you more valuable to the community. Deep breath. That's huge. And as it does that, basically, Mercury moves into Aquarius on the 20th, hits the Sun on the 21st, and Pluto on the 22nd. So let's start with Mercury to Sun, kicking off the new cycle. This compelling energy urges you to express yourself across multiple layers of existence. Communication stands at the forefront, yet it is crucial that it flows both ways, a genuine exchange of ideas. As you step into this fresh cycle of self-expression, you will be able to harness potent energy that is likely to leave a lasting impact or create a meaningful difference in the lives of others should the need arise. It is an opportune moment for travel, whether physical or within the realms of your mind through visualization, or even exploring new facets in your immediate surroundings. Exploring uncharted paths can reveal unforeseen discoveries. This energetic influx brings forth a torrent of information. Staying alert is paramount. For those grounded and organized, this phase may yield well-deserved recognition from others, a testament to the individual efforts that you have poured into your endeavors. Embrace this influx of energy, allow it to guide you toward new experiences and insights, while remaining open to the flow of communication and exchange that aligns with your authentic self-expression. Ashe. And then it hits Pluto. So first it lights up with the Sun. So that's also lighting up an area, illuminating things, giving you energy. Now we're in the Aquarius department where it will also hit Pluto. This activation plunges you into the depths of your own mind and consciousness, intensifying all forms of communication. Whether immersed in solitary contemplation or attempting to convey a message to another, superficial and breezy exchanges become unlikely under this energy. The inclination is to delve persistently until reaching the core or fundamental issue. It proves beneficial for soul searching when driven by an authentic desire for truth rather than an inclination to avoid it. However, it can be less favorable when fixated on someone or something that no longer serves your highest good. The challenge lies in the potential for intense focus on your own perspective, which, though valid, may obscure the obvious due to an emotional undercurrent which you may not be fully aware of at this time, as Pluto rules the subconscious and where we unconsciously act out in certain ways. While your intensity can influence others, be mindful of the fine line between sharing information and attempting to persuade or manipulate, as the latter can attract more challenges than opposition. Conversely, you may find yourself on the receiving end of such intensity. As this energy is temporary, the optimal approach is to redirect that intensity inward, peeling back layers to discover your own truth and purpose. The channels are open for a brief period, allowing communication and reception from the deepest part of your soul self. Consider this an initiation of all new consciousness and self-expression. Ooh, deep breath, juicy. That is Thursday the 22nd, which is the same day as our second open house for the Venus Circle. Those who are interested in joining us there or getting your Venus reading and custom guide, which is half off right now, to carry you for the next 9 months, which is pretty powerful. You can join us on January 22nd for the inner initiation in Aquarius. And that'll be 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. This is a subscription, but like I said, I'm having this open house for anyone that's interested in joining us for the 9 months of reclamation work that we're kicking off this month in January. So join us if you can. Now we move to Friday the 23rd, when Mars will sextile Neptune. This energy propels your dreams into action. It is the perfect time to contemplate your true desires and assess whether your current path aligns with your larger life goals. Your instincts and intuition can be particularly sharp, enhancing your alertness and readiness to act on the received insights. The guidance you are receiving aims to steer you toward a more enlightened strategy for manifesting your truth and purpose. Additionally, this phase is conducive to tangibly assisting others in realizing their dreams as well. It carries the spirit of the volunteer, idealistic and devoted to catalyzing positive change. Deep breath. So we can do that for ourselves or with others. Same day, Friday, the 23rd, Sun will conjunct Pluto. Now, this is also an annual meeting that's going to happen in Aquarius for the next 20 years. This energy evokes a famous quote, "Circumstances don't make a man, they reveal him." As the Sun, representing the ego, aligns with the transformative Pluto, you may emerge as a different individual once this intense fusion dissipates. Pluto has a knack for bringing forth neglected or buried aspects of ourselves up and into the light, a process that can be miraculous, challenging, and also a completely natural part of your individual growth. This alignment grants you increased access to your own source energy, as well as the capacity to transcend your past self, embracing the essence of who you are evolving into. Bringing hidden facets into the light leads to profound revelations that inspire you to question your assumptions about your own identity and what you aspire to express in this lifetime. It is a chance for inner rebirth or to illuminate and heal your deepest, darkest corners with universal light. This initiation often necessitates a release or sacrifice, fostering growth that allows you to blossom in more authentic ways. Responsibly directing the concentrated power of Pluto is crucial during this time, as it can provoke power struggles or violent projections. It is wise to pick your battles, as not everyone welcomes light in their dark places. This period prompts introspection about the worth of the sacrifices you are or have made recently. Relationships can undergo strain due to the raw truths surfacing from the soul, yet it also presents an opportunity to address underlying issues. Think of it as being akin to the Tower card in the Tarot. It is not always about destruction, but transformation into a new form. Remember, breakdowns often precede the breakthroughs. Deep breath. All that always comes up with Pluto. And on this day, same day, Friday the 23rd, Mars will slip into Aquarius, which means now we've had Sun and Venus meet up with Pluto. Mars is next. So we're all getting a little dose of transformation in our Aquarius department that's pretty juicy. Now, Mars is only there every 2 years, so that's also a big deal. And it's going to be there January 23rd until March 2nd. Mars is in a process. In Aquarius, it is time to think outside the box. Shift your focus in order to find a creative solution or alternative direction. This is when you become focused on freedom, independence, and sovereignty. If Mars in Capricorn desires structure and stability, then Mars in Aquarius wants it to be a flexible structure and fluid stability, because it has to be free on the most fundamental level. This is a great time to play with radically different ideas, thoughts, and concepts, as you will overflow with new ideas. So be sure to take notes so that when time permits, you can actually do them. The passion behind your ideas will push things along, getting you closer to success, getting you fired up. But just keep in mind the natural flow and don't try to force things. You may even have an idea that inspires others. This energy tends to make you move fast, think fast, and make decisions on the spot. When you follow your intuition, you strengthen it, so that even when you miss the mark, you always learn something. This energy is great for experimenting without attachment to outcome. Any ideas begun at this time may soon affect the globe in some way, so be innovative and progressive with your choices and decisions, and do something different or differently. I say, Mars in Aquarius is a huge break to realign. I love it. Now, we're finally on Saturday the 24th. When Pallas will enter Pisces until April 26th. According to Asteroid Goddesses by Demetra George and Douglas Block, Pallas describes how we face the issues of learning, creativity, the arts, politics, healing, alienation from relationships, competition, and the fear of success. As she moves into Pisces, she reveals where we've deluded ourselves and each other, but also where the magic and potential for wholeness resides. We must open to our own innate wisdom, the wisdom of the heart, soul, mind, and body. They all work together for the greater good. You might also look at this, with Pallas completing her trip through the zodiac, as earned wisdom over the last 4 to 5 years that we can and will apply going forward by spring. With Pallas in Pisces, we're looking to access all the wisdom and miracles of the last 4 to 5 years, which is how long it takes her to navigate Aries through Pisces. If you have a spiritual practice, it will be fortified. If you do not have one, then you'll be supported to activate one for yourself. This is the time we can fully engage our imaginations to ask for the new vision. It is also a good energy that will help us hone our own intuition and learn to trust our own instincts in a whole new way because we are navigating a whole new world. This is the incubation of a new vision of how we can live with more consciousness and connection to Earth and each other that doesn't have to involve anyone being victimized. It is time to reestablish and redefine what good boundaries are for you and what environments you best thrive in when those boundaries are honored. On the mystical side, this week is off the charts. Pallas is our sacred feminine wisdom and the most masculine of the 4 asteroids, Juno, Vesta, and Ceres being the other 3. When I say masculine, I do not mean male-female roles. I mean active yang energy that is strategic and forward-thinking. So Pallas activates our mystical priestess in Pisces, but it also activates the most practical approach to interacting with spirits, energies, or entities, or a more streamlined approach to your spiritual practice. Or if you are already pretty structured, organized, and committed, then you need to use this energy to infuse all that you do with more spirit and imagination. Ashe, deep breath. So Pallas in Pisces is pretty juicy. This is unexplainable wisdom that comes through your instincts and intuition. And that concludes our week, our very long, busy week. And some of you may have heard me say in the past how it happens. We'll have a week with no activations, and then we'll have another week with a lot like we did this week. So just pace yourself. Use the energies for what they're good for. Join us when and where you can, and reach out directly when you need to. And have a fantastic week. This is Kelly Beard of Karmic Tools signing off.